Good morning. It is Monday. Oh, and it's darker out here than I thought it would be. Hello, and things are not starting out the way I wanted them to today. I'm bringing you in here to the living room to show you the couch. This is where I slept last night. I could not lay down flat. Well, I couldn't lay down at all. Every time I did, my head, my eyeball, I dropped the microphone. My eyeball would hurt, and it's actually still hurting. And it's not my eyeball, it's behind my eye, a headache in my eye. And when it starts throbbing, it hurts worse than any headache I've ever had. And it's still here this morning. So I decided I couldn't really sleep anymore. What was the point in laying in there trying to sleep? I slept for a total of like 5 hours last night. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to take some medicine for my eyeball and for my headache. And hopefully I'll just report back in that it feels better later. I'm going to go ahead and eat some breakfast. Just walking around with all the bright lights and talking is really hurting. So I'm assuming that this is a migraine. I've legitimately only had like one in my life, and it was not directly behind my eyeball. I mean, maybe it was, but I don't know. Anyway, there's a good time to tell you that I have PTSD. So unless you have really good news about why I might have a headache behind my eye, please don't tell me in the comments, because all of my PTSD triggers are medically induced and I cannot handle hearing about medical things. So I mean, not even like my aunt had that and it ended up being nothing, but at first I thought it was cancer. Like, no, that's not good news. That's not good news for me. So don't tell me anything about my eye. Okay. I don't know. It's not hurting when I'm in this room now, even though there's light in here, but maybe it's the super bright light that I can't handle. Anyway, I'm going to go take some meds, and I literally have nothing but like regular pain meds to take. But I'm going to go take those, and like when I'm standing up now, it doesn't do anything. Like, it's fine. There's no pain. It's just when I move really fast or when I go from dark to light. Anyway, I don't know why I'm giving y'all my symptoms when I told you not to tell me anything about it. Anyway, I also made these overnight oats yesterday. I prepped them. I have 3 little containers of them, and they're really cute. And I just don't know if I even feel like eating anything right now. So I was going to slice up a banana and put it in there and put a little bit of peanut butter mixed in. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm feeling. I do know I'm going to get a drink that has caffeine in it because I think that'll help in general. And by in general, I just mean it'll make me feel better to have this drink. So I'm going to get this drink. I'm going to go get a pain pill. And then, I don't know. Like, I hate it so much. I have everything planned out so well in my new block schedule. And I absolutely hate that in the very first block, on the very first day, I am hurting. Anyway. The week has to get better. Okay, it has been an hour and a half. We're in the middle of my morning block, and I just wanted to check in. First of all, my head is not hurting, but I also haven't moved. Like, legitimately, I have sat here. Well, first, I did go and feed the dog. I also went and got a package of crackers to eat. And my head was hurting through all of that, but I went and got the pain meds. I took the pain pills at 7:50, and so it's been an hour and 45 minutes-ish since I took it, and my head is not hurting, but like I said, I haven't moved. So maybe once I get up and like move around, it's going to hurt, which I'm scared to do because I'm almost done editing my client's video. I'm right there at the end, and that's the end of her video. And so look, there she is with her cute little daughter. So I am, I've just got to add in the last bits that I always put at the end of every one, and then it'll be all finished. So I have only about 15 minutes left, and then the only other thing I want to do during this block is get my weekly reset from last week, the vlog, edited. So I'm also, while I'm doing that, going to try to be writing down what shorts I think I can pull out. I haven't done that before for the reading channel. I've done it on the Sims channel quite a bit, but I feel like gameplay shorts are easier to create than these shorts. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I also haven't done a reading update. I am reading this book right here, Hollowpox. It's about Morgan Crow. I'm almost finished with it. And then I think I'll be officially starting October reads, not until tomorrow, but that's what's going to happen. I'm officially starting October reads one day early on the 30th. So when I finish Hollowpox today, I'm not starting anything else. I'm not trying to read anything else. And I'm also not putting Hollowpox in my planner for the month of October. Django's getting whiny because it's 9:30. I don't know why. That's not a normal whiny time for him, but nothing went the way it was supposed to last night with me sleeping in the recliner. When Ron woke him up, instead of being able to come back to bed with me, he came and got in the recliner with me, and we didn't sleep for very much longer. So his day is thrown off just like mine is. But anyway, after I finish Lakin's video, I'm going to get up and go check on Wesley. Well, make sure he's up. And that will be me standing up and testing my head. I mean, literally nothing hurts. I mean, my eye still feels a little bit weird when I move it around in my socket, which is a weird thing to say, but it's not hurting. So if I can get my work done, that is all I'm asking for. I'm really sad that I didn't get to eat my overnight oats. I will definitely be going up and eating them later. Although I made soup for lunch today, like nothing is going the way I wanted it to with my meal prep and my plan and all the things, but that's okay. I am getting the things done during my work block that I wanted to get done. So I'll check in with y'all at the next break, which will be lunch, and we'll see how it's going, how I feel, all the things. Okay, so it is exactly 10:30, and I'm finished with my whole entire first block, which means I've finished 30 minutes early. It does make me a little concerned about future Mondays because my reset week vlog was 15 minutes long to edit that, and it took me almost an hour. Almost an hour to edit that vlog and to do the shorts. So I picked out 2 different places that I thought would make for good shorts. And so to pull out those shorts and edit the thing, it took me about an hour, and it was 15 minutes long. So I'm a little concerned that it might bleed over into other areas next Monday, but that's okay. We'll work with that as we go. I still didn't stand up to check on my head and go check on Wesley or go make sure he's up. I think I saw him walk by earlier, so he's definitely awake. I don't know. So the next thing that I'm supposed to do down here is not until 1 o'clock. And I'm going to prep some community posts that I've been brainstorming to do. And I'm about to start posting on Pinterest, posting just links to my videos and things like that. So I kind of want to start the Pinterest plan in my brain, getting everything organized. And also, I was going to leave at 1:30 and go work out. So I was going to work for 30 minutes, and then I was going to go. And whatever I didn't finish of doing the community posts and the Pinterest stuff, I was going to push to next time. And I'm just not sure that I need to go to the gym today. And I hate it. Like, seriously, I'm going to miss the very first day. So maybe at 1:30, or really maybe at 1 o'clock, before I even sit down and get started, I'll just go to the treadmill and walk for like 10 minutes on the treadmill. Just see how I feel, but also get in some kind of movement today because I am going to be tracking my steps. And so far today, I'm at 443 steps at 10:30 in the morning. So I'm going to get up. I'm so scared of what's going to happen, but it'll be fine. I'm going to get up. I mean, I feel like my head was like low grade, low key hurting the whole time anyway, even when I was sitting down and being still. So standing up is not going to like activate anything. It actually feels fine, normal, feels normal. So I'm going to go upstairs and heat up my soup, and that's what I'm going to have for lunch, and chat with Wesley for a bit, and I will be back at 1 o'clock to go walk on the treadmill and then get to work for my afternoon block. I still have my reading glasses on my face and my regular glasses on my head. Django is right here. He and I have been laying in this chair, and I just finished Hollowpox. As you can tell from the yawning, I really want to go to sleep. So I came in here after I ate the oatmeal. I'm sorry, I couldn't stand having the tiny glasses on. I came in here after I ate the oatmeal. Why are you in my face, babe? He usually gets a STICK right now, but we don't have any, and I don't even want to say the word because he might know what it is. I had an alarm set to go off. I finished this book right here, Hollowpox. This is the last book that I needed to read for October, so it's done. I do have a secret project that's coming up for December, and I just found out last night what the new audiobook is that I need to read for that. So I'm probably going to wait till later today and start reading that. It's 9 hours, which will be 4.5 hours for me. For Hollowpox, I loved it. It's book 3 of the Morgan Crow series. I was worried because these books are so long, but they're middle grade, so they kind of go really fast. I did not enjoy certain parts of Morgan's attitude, and maybe it is because she's 13. I was thinking that she acts older than 13, but I don't know. I have not ever had a 13-year-old girl, so I don't know how they would act, and maybe she acts exactly like a 13-year-old girl should act. Anyway, my drink situation is that I still have coffee and water there and water over there. I have not finished any of it. I didn't even drink any of it for the last hour that I sat here. Django is really wanting me to give him this thing that I can't because we don't have any. But Ron and I are going to pick up some tonight when we go to date night, so he'll have them tomorrow. Anyway, I think that that's everything for right now. I'm going to go downstairs and get to work on setting up some systems for doing community posts and the Pinterest stuff that I want to do. So I want to go downstairs and get all that set up. I am still feeling good other than just being tired from getting not very much sleep last night. So I do think I am going to try to walk on the treadmill. I mean, I put on my workout clothes when I first woke up this morning because that's what I had laid out from last night because my intention was to get up and then go to the gym today. But instead of doing that, I think I'm going to go walk first just for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to start the afternoon stuff or the next block of stuff. This is my low energy block. Well, this one is almost like my medium energy block, and then the 3 to 6 block is my low energy block. So I kind of divided my day into high, medium, and low energy blocks. So let's go do the medium energy block. Okay, my next work section is done, actually the last one for the day, and I just entered everything for my nonfiction and for my color challenge for her kid, and they're done. That means that I am finished with work for today. I did so many things today that I didn't think I was going to do based on how well I slept or did not sleep last night. And it's a date night, and so Ron and I are about to go to dinner. I have not done a good job of eating today. I ate the crackers this morning because I couldn't eat anything else. My head was hurting too bad. And I ate the oatmeal around 10:30 this morning, and so I didn't want anything else, and I have not had anything else, and it is 5 p.m. right now. I haven't even finished the waters, the drinks, all of that stuff. So I'm taking the waters with me. I've almost finished my water bottle. Django, again, is whiny. I've almost finished my water bottle, but not complete. I've not even opened the other water, and I still have a little bit left in my coffee, which I will not be drinking now. Babe, what's up? He doesn't even want to be over here with me. But let me show y'all what I got. This came from a viewer in Chile. She's been telling me that I needed to read Isabel Allende, and I have been putting it off, and this arrived in the mail today from her. So I guess I can't put it off anymore. But I will say, Silvana, I'm not reading this until November or December, but I will finish it before the year is over. It looks really pretty. Thank you so much for this book. Okay, it's Monday night. It's date night. Hello.
Hello. Fine, good night.
He said, I'm driving. So anyway, we are on J. If you don't know, Ron and I, this is Ron, my husband, we go on date night every Monday night. And well, when we're both here and we're available, we go. And we are going through the alphabet, eating through the alphabet, and we're on the letter J. And we already have a K letter picked out because our friends want us to go to a Turkish restaurant that they like, and we lived in Turkey with them for a couple of years, so that's always fun to do. So we are going to tonight a Korean restaurant that it's spelled Joen. I don't want to pronounce it. I mean, I want to just say Joen, but I'm sure that's not how you say it. So anyway, that's where we're going to go tonight for our J. And I know that I didn't really check in much to talk about the food situation, but my stomach was too upset this morning, so I ate a package of crackers. Then I went and ate my oatmeal during my lunch break. So then I wasn't ready to eat anything else, even though I was supposed to eat. Is it not there?
Yeah, it's in that Lot Market International Food World, so...
Okay, so it's inside a market. I just knocked off my little wind thing. It's a good thing there's no wind in here. Okay, that was a bust. They're actually closed. The restaurant is closed inside the grocery store. And since it's inside the grocery store, it doesn't have its own set of hours. So the hours for the grocery store are not the same hours for the restaurant. Anyway, one of the good things about living in a place that has so many restaurants and so many people is that 11 minutes down the road, which it's 2.8 miles, it's going to take us 11 minutes to get there because, traffic in this area is wonderful, we're going to the Jukebox Diner. So, you tell me if this would be disruptive to you. We were planning on Korean food, and now we're about to have American food. This, to me, is totally fine. I'm hungry. My stomach is now growling, and I'm so ready to eat. What about you?
What is the question?
Like, how does it affect you that you were ready to eat Korean and now you're not?
I'm slightly disappointed. As long as the food is good here, it'll be fine. But, yeah, I have 10 minutes to switch my taste expectations from Korean to American, but it'll be okay.
Taste expectations. Okay. So now we will see what the Jukebox Diner. That sounds so weird.
It doesn't roll very well.
Anyway, we'll see what their food is like. Okay. That one was open. It was nice. We had really good food, and now I'm not hungry anymore. And we've got to go by Safeway to get Django's stick that I told you all about. And I do not know why this is filming like this. Like, everything is really dark on it. So, anyway, then we're going home. And I'm going to be reading and relaxing the rest of the night. I do need to set up my schedule for tomorrow. So, maybe I'll meet y'all when I'm getting ready to do that. Otherwise, that might be it for a while. Well, here is Django. It's 10:15. Ron is playing Metal Gear, and I'm laying here in the recliner with Django watching YouTube videos, trying to catch up on YouTube before I go to bed. But I'm very tired, so I'm about to go to bed. It is, I said already, it's 10:15-ish, 10:30-ish. Anyway, I can technically start my first book at 11 my time because you can read 10% of the book before the month kicks off, but then you don't get to count those pages. So I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to wait until midnight. If I'm awake at midnight, I'm going to read just a little bit of the first book that I'm reading, but I doubt that I'll actually be awake at midnight. We'll see. Anyway, Ron is done with his game and we're about to go upstairs. So I'm going to say good night. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Django has been fed. I have been fed. I have chatted with my oldest son. He calls me most mornings when he gets off work. He works overnight. He works 5 days a week, and he calls me 3 of the 5 days. We kind of have a system set up. So anyway, I chatted with him for over an hour this morning, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes, and then we're both like, yeah, we don't have anything else to chat about. He is very much like, let's talk when we have things to talk about. And I mean, I am too. I'm not just going to sit there in silence, and I'm not just going to randomly make up things. And we talk so often that it's not like we're not going to get to chat about something the next day. So anyway, I ate my breakfast and fed Django while I was talking to him. And now I'm just getting in here to the office and sitting down to get going with my day. So normally on Tuesday mornings, I have an online Bible study. So I'm actually going to link that down below if there's anybody that's looking for one. It's not specifically mine. It's a worldwide thing. And I'm going to put this little caveat in here about religion right now, okay? Number one, I had a person in college, a director of a student fellowship thing in college. Somebody was asking him about Christian denominations. Like, I don't know what this person was saying. I don't know what church I should go to. And his advice was, don't go to a church and say, okay, well, this is now what I believe because this is the church that I attend. Like, you need to figure out what you believe on your own, and then you can find the church or the worship center that is most closely aligned with what you believe, but it might not be 100%. And so I have kind of taken that advice, and the Bible study that I'm doing that I'm going to link below, I don't 100% agree with all the beliefs that they lay out in their thing. I mean, most of them align with what I believe, which is the reason why I'm doing the Bible study. But I don't know that there's anything that's going to perfectly align with what I believe. And I have been very hesitant to talk much at all about beliefs on this channel, just because this is about reading. And it's been about what I read and why I read. And the fact of the matter is, I don't care what you believe. If you care what I believe and you want to have a discussion about it, I am totally open to chatting about that. Probably it would be better in some kind of one-on-one circumstance, like a DM in Discord or something, and we can chat about things that way if you want to talk about it. I am not wanting people who don't believe like me to be like, oh, well, I can't join your channel because it's only people who believe like you do, which is absolutely not true. And so but also, if there are people who either want to know what I believe or want to chat with me about it, I don't want to close that off either. So here we go. Here's my statement about it. If you want to put me into a category, I'll just say that it is a Protestant denomination of Christianity. The Protestant side of Christianity is where I fall. Okay, but not the crazy people. Okay, let me just say that. Not the crazy, judgmental people. All right, I don't want to associate with them. I don't even like using the word Christian because it has so many bad connotations for all the people who do stupid things in the name of the Christian religion. So let me just say that right there. Anyway, everybody is welcome in this channel, in this space. Everybody, no matter what, anything that makes you who you are, you're welcome in this space. And if you think that certain people should not be welcome in this space based on anything, then you are not welcome in this space. So there we go. That's it. All set out on this Tuesday morning. I am about to start filming Sim stuff. Today is mostly Sims Day. I have been reading, which way am I going to scoot? This way, I'll put it up here. I have been reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I do have all 3 books. I bought them in a bundle on Chirp. And I will say that I don't know that I'm loving it, but I'm going to read it. I'm reading all 3 of them this month. So I guess I have to get used to the writing. It's more jarring than I was expecting it to be. But I'm loving the narrator. I think that she's doing an amazing performance, and it's not that long of a book. So I am jumping right in. I'm also going to be reading physically City of Blood, rereading from Daniel Barnett. And so I will be getting on that as soon as I can. My schedule today broken down into my big blocks. The first block is the one we're doing now. So I'm going to be filming Ultimate Decade 2 videos, finishing up one and filming another one. And then I'm going to be editing both of those videos in my second block. So it's all Sims until at least 3 o'clock this afternoon. Wesley said last night that he wants to go to the gym. He doesn't have work today. And I am feeling better. I think I want to go to the gym as well. But I think all I'm going to do is maybe walk on the treadmill while we're there. I don't know. While he works out, I might just walk on the treadmill. I can't exactly figure out how I'm feeling and what I want to do, but if I can get these videos filmed and edited early enough, then it won't mess up the rest of my day. We can go to the gym, come back. I'm cooking tonight, so we will get there when we get there, but I'm making shrimp and asparagus a sheet pan meal. Garlic, shrimp, and asparagus. Wesley doesn't like shrimp or asparagus, but we're going to have him, well, he doesn't think he does. We're going to have him test it tonight and see what he thinks. So if he doesn't mind being on camera, I'll let y'all know. And then that's it. I was going to do my big 3-mile walk today. We'll see how I feel after dinner and after being on the treadmill. I did not get my steps yesterday, which I'm doing my steps based on a weekly step count. So I want to average a certain amount of steps, but I'm not trying to hit a daily step count. And with the way that I slept and my head yesterday, I was happy with what I got. So that's what it's going to be. But today I would like to get more. So doing the 3-mile walk is something I would like to do. And the plan was to do it after dinner tonight, but we will just have to wait and see. But Django's behind me. He's been fed. I've been fed. And I've chatted with Price. So my day is ready to get kicked off. It's 9:30, which is a little later than what I usually like to do. And especially on Tuesdays, I'm usually in the Bible study. So this is a little bit weird, but okay, here we go. Sims Day today. Okay, well, y'all saw a little bit of that, but I literally spent the entire block working on one part of a Sims video, and I have to do 2 videos today. Well, I don't have to. I'm trying to get a week ahead, and the video that I'm filming right now is supposed to go up to my members today. So it's got to be filmed and edited today. And then I was going to go ahead and film the one for next week and just be ahead. So I guess I'm going to have to cut that and maybe work on filming that another day this week or whenever I have free time. Right now is supposed to be lunch break. It's 11:15. I've already gone over 15 minutes. So I'm not exactly hungry. I had one of my breakfast sandwiches this morning. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do about the overnight oats because I don't want it first thing in the morning because it's too sweet. But I could go eat it right now. But then I'm like, do I really want something that's cold and sweet right now? That's not really what I want. I do have leftover soup up there that I prepped for lunches. So I might just go do the soup. And then I'm supposed to take off until 1 o'clock and come back at 1. Part of that is supposed to be the workout as well. And so I'm hoping that Wesley's up and like ready to go, but I have been so focused on doing nothing but this, but I haven't even peeked outside. Django is now whining again, and I think it's because I'm talking to y'all. Like he's literally been in here with me sleeping the whole time, and now when I start talking, he's like, hey, don't pay attention to them. Look at me. So anyway, I am going to go check on Wesley. If he's good to go to the gym, then I'm going to eat my bowl of soup and then just go to the gym with him. Maybe I just do like a tiny bit of lifting. I pick like a couple of machines to do and then I walk on the treadmill. I don't know what to prioritize today. My whole shoulder situation is still all jacked up from doing the diamond painting last week. I did so many, hold on, let me get this dog. I did so many days of diamond painting like in a row that my shoulder is just messed up completely. I'm sorry for this camera angle. My camera is over here. You're in the window sill at my house. I don't know why he's like pushing on the microphone. He's being so weird right now. But anyway, here he is to say hi this morning. And I need to read my book. I'm trying to read 500 pages a day, and I don't know how many I've read so far, but this book is only 200 and something pages, so I know I need to finish that book. Once I finish that book, I'll do a page update, and then I'll figure out where to go from there, because I need to read City of Blood as well. So I kind of want to take the full 2 hours off that I'm supposed to have. But then the other thing that I'm supposed to do, I didn't label this. I need to label this file. This is what I was just filming, which is babies being born in my Sims family. It just takes so long to film this particular video, and I started on it a couple of days ago, and so I thought, and I have to do this once a week. Well, once every other week is what I meant to say. Once every 2 weeks. And so I tried to do that, like focus on filming some of it early, and I did not film enough of it. I thought was doing pretty good, but no, I clearly was not. So I'm supposed to be taking a break, and then at 1 o'clock I'm supposed to come back and edit this video, both videos that I was supposed to film this morning. I got started at about, well, okay, now I know. So this block this morning was supposed to be from 8 to 11, and I talked to Price on the phone until almost 9:30. So an hour and a half of my work day was on the phone, which is totally fine, but that does explain why an hour and a half I didn't finish that video, because the Sims videos take longer in general to film, so that explains it. So I'll come back midday and I will finish filming this and edit this, like just focus on this video today. The only other thing I had to do was do the thumbnail for this video, and then schedule in some post about this video, and then cook dinner. So everything today was reading and The Sims. So I'm going to keep reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I'm going to finish that one. So I'm going to read it as much as possible from now till I come back to get back to work. And hopefully we go to the gym in there. I'll go talk to Wesley and we'll figure out what we're going to do. He also wanted to pick up some Halloween decorations. So when we go to the gym, we might stop by and do that. Today might just end up being a longer work day. In the evening, I was literally supposed to just read and relax. So I may move some of that around and end up working later tonight, which is fine with me. I don't have a strict done with work schedule. I just try to work as much as possible when Ron is at work and working. That way, when he's home, I'm not just being like, sorry, I have work to do, but sometimes I do, and that's fine. So midday is going to be me and Wesley doing something, and then trying to come back and finish this. I am going to shut everything down, though, because my computer also has an update that it needs to do. So let's go get some lunch, though. We're going to sit here in my unfinished book nook. I can't quite get it level. It says it's just a tiny bit off level. You can see there's nothing behind me. I have fairy lights that are going to be going up there, and I have these little things that spell out book nook. Here's one of the letters. So I have all of these ready to go. They need to be strung on the pieces of twine and put up behind me. It's going to say my book nook. No, it's going to say the book nook. I was like, wait, it says my book nook. It says the book nook. So they're all done and ready to go. I just have to take the time to actually do them and get them put up, which is kind of what I want to talk about, is time and what has happened to me. First of all, Wesley and I did go to the gym. We just got back from the gym, and it was nice. although I couldn't really rest/relax. Not that I relax at the gym. Well, I kind of do relax at the gym, but I couldn't because I already felt like I was behind. And I was having this problem before. So I was already stressed out really since before we started this. And y'all know I woke up Monday with a migraine that I have since decided may have been caused by stress. And I think that the problem was that it's not the good stress. You know how y'all ask me, hold on. Okay, I had to adjust the camera and let Jane go out. Sometimes y'all ask me, like, is it not stressful for you to try to read so many books in a month and give yourself these outrageous, like, things? And the answer is no. Or it's stressful in a fun way to me. Like, that is a fun kind of stress. It's never a dread or something that I feel bad about. So it's never like that. It's always like, I don't know, a fun kind of stress. I don't know any other way to put it. But what I tried to do this weekend was I tried to use some books that I was reading, which this one up here I finished on Thursday or Friday, the 12-week year. So I was trying to think in those kind of cycles, the 12 weeks with a 13-week reset, which I'm still going to do because I think that is beneficial in thinking of the year as broken down into those 4 parts instead of like making yearly goals or setting yearly intentions. I think my brain works better with smaller chunks than 365 days. So I was taking that book that I was reading, and then I was using ChatGPT, which I have maybe used 5 times over however many years it's been a thing. I remember when I first heard about what it was years ago, my daddy was having knee replacement surgery the next day, or maybe a couple of days after I discovered ChatGPT. Django wants to sit up here. And so I was like, well, I'm going to check this out, see what this is. And the reason I know that it had to do with his knee surgery is because this is what I did. So you guys can tell me if you've ever used any of the AI chat things, what was the first thing that you talked about with it? If you want to share, you can share. I said, my dad is having knee surgery. Could you write a song about his knee surgery? That's what I ask. None of that matters except that I thought, okay, I just need another processing unit outside of my brain that can take the information that I'm learning in this book and also that I already know about goals and planning and all that stuff and just kind of help me come up with a system. Well, the bad part about an AI system of any kind, it doesn't even have to be an AI system. The bad part about working with something or someone else outside of me is that they only have the information that I give them. So I need to say, like, Monday nights, I need to have free for date night. Tuesday morning, I have a Bible study. Wednesday night, I have a thing. Thursday morning, I film a podcast. Like, those are things that I need to talk about with anybody, whether it's a person or whether it's an AI system, if I'm trying to create a schedule. And I didn't do any of that. Like, I just kind of went in and I was like, I want to start posting more short content and more community posts because I want people chatting with me more. Like, I want to know what people are thinking and what they're reading. And I want a way that we can chat about books, like, better. And so I just asked, like, can you help me set up a posting schedule or a short schedule? Like, if I pull shorts out of a video that I'm doing, when should I post those? Like, that kind of stuff. And when should I work on that? Like, let's make a schedule of, I'm going to be filming at this point and I'm going to be editing at this point, and that's when I'll pull out shorts. Like, so I got a system. Like, that's exactly what I asked for. It seems to be really well done. And I was like, okay, great. So then I just I didn't copy and paste, but I took what was over there and I moved it over into a spreadsheet that I could look at, my normal spreadsheet, where I already have, like, I want to post these videos on this day and these videos on this day for my other channel. And okay, I filled up my phone my phone memory, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay. I was just talking to it about this channel, not the other one, which again means that it did not take into account everything else I have going on, and it made this schedule. And I'm sure if that was the only thing I was doing, this schedule would be doable. But I started feeling the anxiety on Saturday and Sunday when I was trying to put this whole thing together. And in the background, I was trying to finish reading the books for September to get ready for October's big kickoff. And it just ended up being too much. Like, there was too many things to do. Yesterday went pretty well because yesterday was really just focusing on this channel, and that is what I had been working on setting up the schedule for and all the parameters around that. But then today hit, and I can't do the things in the time frame that I have allotted to do. I just can't finish them. And so, of course, then I feel behind, and then I start feeling stress, and it's not the good stress. So I am scrapping the schedule for the rest of the day, probably for the rest of this week. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to break it down myself and give me like a 40-hour work week. And let's say that I want to spend 20 hours a week on this channel and 20 hours a week on the Sims channel, and break it down that way like it is a job. And I'm letting go of the other stuff. I'm letting go of the guilt that I felt because I was using my income to make a payment for our car, like to pay for my car. And once we moved here and I stopped working at the library in North Dakota, I had enough saved up that I was able to pay for it for a couple of months. But now I can't do that anymore. And so I feel like I'm feeling the pressure of I've got to make my channels better and get more viewers in and get more members and do cool things with all of that in order to make up the money that I'm not making at the library. And that is not what YouTube has ever been for me. And so I think that, okay, so yes, we're in a different location. It is later at night. It is 8 p.m. at this point. I filled up my camera and I have spent the rest of the time with it plugged in trying to get all my videos downloaded onto here so that my phone has more battery. That's why I always film at my computer, because my phone does not have a ton, I keep saying battery, it doesn't have a ton of storage, and so I keep filling it up really quickly. Okay, but anyway, as I was saying, that's not what my channels have ever been about, is trying to do that, and I don't want to become that. So I have spent, while I was letting things go up here, I went back in my own self on my spreadsheet and I wrote down all of the things during the blocks that I had already worked out earlier when I was chatting with ChatGPT. But I filled up those blocks with the things that I knew I needed to do. Like on Tuesday mornings, I have the Bible study. On Thursday mornings, I record a podcast. Like things that I didn't include the first time that I was like, hey, let's make a schedule as if my days are completely free and wide open. And it also doesn't take into account, like when I said I wanted to work out, I didn't specify like, hey, it takes me 30 minutes-ish to drive there. And then if I work out for an hour and 30 minutes to drive back, that's a 2-hour chunk that I need just to go work out. And so it doesn't always work out that way, but sometimes there's traffic. Like I just don't know what it's going to be like. So I need to schedule that amount of time in there. So I went through and did that with all of my blocks. And then I was like, all right, let's back it up. So right now for the reading channel, I've been doing 3 videos a week. And I was going to try to do the vlog and 2 videos a week during the next 12 weeks. But I think it might be better if it's the vlog and 1 more video, or if I have time, other videos. There are plenty of videos that I want to do that I usually do during the month. And so I'm going to keep those. They'll be a little bit more spread out in weird ways than they were before, but I'm going to keep them like they were or are. But instead of having to force another video, like I was going to have to find a tag to do because I needed a video for a Monday to go up. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, you don't have to do that. Stop forcing things that don't have to happen. That being said, if I have time and I do film the videos, then I'm going to post them. It'll be easy for me to just post an extra video that was not included or not meant to go. And this also, little free time, might actually give me the bandwidth, the time to enhance the membership for those people who are members. And also provide quality over quantity for the regular channel. So that's what I'm trying to do with these vlogs and walk y'all through like what the process is and what all I'm doing. There's Django is stretching. You can't see him. There he goes. I've got to get that bag out of here, by the way, that REI bag. That's a bunch of sleeping bags that I don't need anymore, so they need to go back where they go. But anyway, doesn't matter. I just got distracted by that. So I feel much better about where I am. I scheduled a massage at a new place that I've never been to because I need to get this shoulder, not just my shoulder, it's that muscle right under your shoulder blade. That muscle gets tight on me all the time. And I had a massage therapist before that would just focus and concentrate on that area. And so I'm meeting with this person tomorrow. I'm going to try her out. Her name is Kara. Kara. I'm assuming that's a woman. There were a couple of names that I assumed were men. And I was like, don't be assuming things like that. But there was a person named Ed who was a massage therapist that I feel like Ed is a man, but whatever, that's fine. There was also Jamal, and then there was a Jasmine. Like, there were so many names. There's one girl named, well, I'm assuming that she's a woman, and her name was Silver. And I was like, I want Silver to be my massage therapist. But that's not who I have. Tomorrow I have Kara. So, anyway, that doesn't matter, except to say that I put that in my schedule, that tomorrow morning, that's where I'm going to be. And then when I get back, I'm going to work on filming a Sims video, and I'm just doing two videos per channel right now for exactly what I'm planning. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. What am I reading, though? I finished That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Look at my Wesley and my baby Django. That was when we first got Django. He's such a tiny, tiny baby. And that's Wesley when he was a tiny baby. Now he's 19 years old almost. Okay, there's going to be weird things popping up there. I don't know how to determine what pops up. It's going to be weirdness. Anyway, a random spreadsheet has popped up. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon right here. This book was not great. I ended up giving it 3.25 stars on Storygraph. I have moved to Storygraph. So I'm not tracking things on Goodreads anymore. I'm kicking off October tracking on Storygraph. Yes, today is not October. I know. But according to Trick or Treat-a-thon, it is October. So I was able to start Trick or Treat-a-thon today. So that's what I did. So that's why I went ahead and did it. If you saw my community post at 5 o'clock this afternoon, I had only read 216 pages, but I did finish That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, and so that's 260 pages done. I read 5 pages of City of Blood physically with my eyeballs, and then I started Storm Echo, the next Psy Changeling book. So I'm going to take Psy Changeling in my ears upstairs with me. I'm going to take City of Blood physically upstairs with me, and I'm going to go lay in the bed and read and see what all I can get done. I'm going to check back in with y'all and let you know where I am before I go to bed, before I fall asleep. But I'm probably going to be looking a lot more tired because my plan is to get upstairs, start like settling in, and hopefully getting to sleep. Put my phone in jail just like I did last night. I didn't physically put it in jail. I don't have a jail for it to go in, but I put it away at way before 12:30 last night. It'll probably be around 12:30 tonight when I do it, but 12:30 is my hard cutoff. Put it down, go to sleep. We'll see how it works, but I'll see y'all in a little while and let you know how much I've read. Boom! All right, I think I have enough stuff off of my phone that this shouldn't kick me off. It is. I don't even have my watch. Oh, it's 10:45. The thing was just going off. Anyway, it's 10:45 and I have finished my 500 pages for today. I'm 38% of the way through with Psy Changeling. What's it called? Storm Echo? I'll scoot over. Storm Echo. Storm's Echo? Whatever, doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, this one's so good. Somebody has amnesia. I don't know if y'all are amnesia people. I know that some people love it. Anyway, I had to scoot that back because it was crooked on that thing and it was bothering me. So somebody has amnesia in this, and like I said, I'm 38% of the way through. I only had to get to 20% to hit my 500 pages. So hit the 500 pages, posted in a couple of Discord saying I made it, I hit 500 pages, and I'm yawning already, but I'm going to read for about another hour. It's 10:45. So I'll read for till like 11:45 and see how far I can get, because what my plan is, I did say I wanted to read 500 pages a day, but I'm wondering if we all think that once I hit 500 pages for one day, then I can start counting the rest of the pages for the next day. But that would be an average of 500 pages a day, which is not really what I said I was going to do. But anyway, day one, 100 pages finished. I only read 25 pages of City of Blood. It's too scary for me to read at night. So even though I've already read it, like I know what's happening, but I'm like, no, because this is the grossest one. Other than one scene in the first book, this is definitely the grossest book. So anyway, I am about to go to bed. I will see y'all in the morning, and we'll see what tomorrow is going to bring. Today, every day this week so far is getting better. Yesterday was crap with the headache when I first woke up. Today has been better because I got more sleep. So let's see if I get more sleep tonight, and tomorrow will be even better. So I'll see y'all. It's time to say good night. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am about to go to my massage place. I got 25 more pages today in City of Blood. So I've read a total of 50 pages, and I brought Wild Love with me. I haven't started it yet, but I have to read it physically, and it's so thick, and I don't read physically very quickly, so I need to get it read sooner rather than later. So I'm going to bring it with me today. I don't even know where I'm going. I need to go put my shoes on, and I need to get Django downstairs to Wesley so that I can go to my massage. So one of the things that, I'll just put the books there. Wow, Ron left everything open in here last night. I just remember the devastating things that happen in this book, and I'm like, oh, why did I pick this book to reread right now? So anyway, I didn't want to read it at night last night because it was a little too dark and scary. But I decided to start the Psy Changeling, which is not a Long Walk Readathon book, yesterday to make up the rest of my 500 pages, because I couldn't read The Long Walk yet, but I needed to get 500 pages. So I decided that I would start counting at midnight last night my new pages for today. And so I read 13%. I was right around 50% when I stopped reading at midnight. And so when I finish the book, I'm going to have half of the pages will count for today's pages, and half the pages the total pages is 376, so that's 150, and 35 is 185 plus 3 more, so like 188 pages is how I would break that math down. I don't know if that's right or not, but close enough. And so I'm definitely going to finish this book today, and then I'm going to start my first Long Walk book. I've never come out at this intersection before, especially while people are trying to get to school. So there's a lot more people out here right now than normal, but it's okay. They're doing construction in my normal route, so I had to pick another route. And this is me doing it from memory because I'm talking to you instead of looking at my map. Hopefully I can make it there. Anyway, if you can't tell, 2 nights of sleep really make a difference in how I feel. I put my phone away at 12:30 last night, even though I wanted to keep reading, but I was getting really tired. But I did want to keep reading, but I was like, nope, 12:30, phone goes away. And I woke up at 8 o'clock. I felt really good. I don't know how many hours for sure of sleep that was. And my alarm is set technically for 7:30-ish. 7:30, I think. So I technically woke up at 7:30, and I turned my alarm off, and I just laid there for a little bit, and then Price called and I chatted with him. I did not feed the dog. I did not feed myself. I'm literally about to drive through McDonald's and get me a sausage biscuit and hash brown, and then I'm going to eat it right before I go in and have my massage, which I usually like to eat something before I go in, just because I don't want my stomach to be growling. I don't want to go in like having not eaten all night. My stomach was already growling when I woke up this morning because I didn't eat a lot for dinner last night. And so by the time I went to bed, anyway, I didn't have enough calories yesterday is really what it boils down to. but I didn't feel hungry. So I'm trying to balance out do I feel hungry and want to eat, or do I need to put food in my body? Because my hunger scale is messed up anyway because of all the overeating that I've done throughout my life. I've jacked up my hunger satiation scale. So also we're having to stop for school buses apparently. So that's going to be a thing that's going to take a little bit longer to get there. Also, I am not sure that I'm going the right way. I think I am. Okay, that does not matter. So today I'm going to finish Storm's Echo is what I want to call it, but I'm going to finish that, and then I'm going to start the first Long Walk book, which is Death of Darkness, and it's 500 and something pages. So that's all I'm going to work on the rest of the day is that one. And if I have already like 150, I know it's more than that, like 175 pages done and 25 pages done from City of Blood, that's already 200 pages done. So I'll just need to read 300 pages of Death of Darkness, and then I'll be done and ready. I'm trying not to cover up the microphone with my seatbelt. I'll be done with reading and I can go on to the next day's reading. I mean, that's just what it's going to end up being, is that I'm going to be getting a little bit ahead. But I want to read more of City of Blood because I really need to start Wild Love, because I have to finish Wild Love. It's part of the Long Walk readathon, and I need to finish it in a certain time period in order to be able to finish it on time in the Long Walk series, because it has to be in a certain order for the Long Walk, and so I just need to do that. So anyway, I'm going to listen to Storm Echo for my drive and eat my breakfast and have my massage, and then I'll probably check in with y'all after the massage is over to talk about the plans for the rest of the day. Okay, this time I got smarter and I put the microphone on the seatbelt, so at least it's on me and I don't have to worry about it rubbing it. Anyway, the massage was amazing. I don't know. It took me a long time to be okay with the massage. Like, we can have longer discussions about body image and being comfortable in your body, and I have never been that. And honestly, the massages, I started like 2 years ago. Let me turn the blinker off. That might be annoying. 2 years ago, I started getting massages, and the difference that it made in me being okay with hugs, like, it changed the way I felt about people hugging me. It changed all kinds of stuff about my body, and it had zero to do with, I think it was just the fact that I had minimal amount of clothing on in front of another human and everything was okay. You know, no matter what else happened, just having, not a lot of clothes on, being what I would consider to be exposed to someone when they're not seeing anything that a swimsuit doesn't cover up, right? They're not seeing anything like that. But I don't want to wear a swimsuit either. I never went swimming. As an adult, I hate wearing swimsuits. So anyway, just that part of reconnecting to my body in a way that I don't do often enough has been fantastic. So I did sign up for a monthly credit that you get charged every month, and then you can use it or you can bank it, but you get a bonus credit. So I now have, on November 1st, today's October 1st, on November 1st, I'll get another credit, and then I have the free thing. The woman that I saw today suggested that I come back in 2 weeks. Well, I can't do that because I'll have to pay again in 2 weeks, and I do not have enough money for that. But I can come back November 1st and use my credit, and then come back 2 weeks after that and use my session thing. And then in December 1st, I'll have another credit. So I could go 3 times with just 2 weeks in between. And maybe, because she's talking about the part of my body that, because of the way I sit at the desk, or because I have to sit at a desk, what it does to me. Anyway, so that was a nice little massage moment that I just shared with y'all for 2 minutes. Anyway, I only have an hour and a half my speed left on Storm Echo, and that will complete 200 pages read today. But I'm going home to film a Sims video and work on the new schedule. Like, I'm working off of the new schedule that I have given myself that just requires less of me doing less things. So one less video, less extra things. I'm still going to be doing more community posts and more shorts than I was before, because YouTube really likes to push shorts. And the idea of adding on Pinterest really appeals to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, it doesn't require me to do a lot of upkeep on it. So I create a board, I'll put a couple of my pins up there, and then maybe I will pull in some other pins for things that go along with what I'm doing. Like I can find some reset pins for my reset week, and I can find some planning pins for my planner stuff, and just kind of make the boards what I want them to be. And then people who follow the boards are going to see what's on there, and it'll lead them to YouTube. And so hopefully that will just passively become a thing that will garner more eyes on the YouTube channel, and in a way that I feel like is natural and organic. Like I would rather do that than me go over to Instagram, which is something that I don't use, and start using Instagram a ton to try to get more and more views. So I don't want to do that either. Anyway, I may have missed my turn because instead of the normal turn I decided to go down again to miss the construction, and I think I went, oh, no, I think this is my turn. I think this is not the right turn, but I can get where I want to go from here, hopefully. So, not this one, sorry, that's into a cemetery, not where I'm trying to go right now. Anyway, so the only other thing is today I'm gonna go do some work and eat my at noon when I have a lunch break, which noon is an hour from now, an hour and 10 minutes. So by the time I get home, it'll be about an hour. And I'm gonna work for that hour, maybe a little bit longer. When I start to get hungry, I'm gonna go upstairs, heat up the noodle soup that I made and eat the soup. And then Wesley is making cheesy broccoli chicken tonight for dinner. I don't know if we've had it before. I really hope he's awake and that he has done what I asked him to do this morning, which was feed the dog and start the chicken, because he needs the chicken to cook in the crock pot so that he can take it out and shred it up to do everything else together. So that says cemetery fall sale. What are they selling? What are they selling at a cemetery? Plots, maybe? Do they have a sale on plots at a cemetery? Okay, my mind has been blown. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go listen to my book, get back to work. The book is so good, by the way, so good. The amnesia is kind of going away. Also, I told y'all she was a shifter, and so her cat never forgot, but she did. So it's like the inside of her knows that this guy is important and who he is, but the outside of her could not remember. So anyway, she's getting her memory back. And anyway, so we're dealing with other things that are going on in the SciNet and all kinds of stuff that's been continuing for the 20 books before this, or however many there are. And yeah, so okay, I'm going so I can listen some more, and then I'll be home. Okay, so I just finished, whoops, Django's cold. I just finished, what's it called? Storm Echo. It was so good, and set us up for things that we didn't know about that are going to be happening in the next one. Okay, but I just finished that, and I've been filming a Sims video and listening at the same time because I only have to talk every once in a while. I'm having babies in the Sims, and so I'm going around all these different houses, getting them pregnant, having a baby, and then I just have to say, and here's the baby, and it was born. But during the rest of that, then when I load out of the house, go to another house, I can be listening. So that's what I've been doing, and I finally finished Storm Echo. I don't know why I said finally, but that puts me at 200 pages today, maybe a little more than 200. I've got to go look at the actual math. But then I'm starting my first long walk book today, which is Death of Darkness. It is from a series that I have not read in a long time, so I'm hoping that I remember who the main character is. When I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, I remember Seth, and I'm excited to read his book. So that's what this is. But it's 500 and something pages, so I really need to make a pretty good dent in that today. And I'm almost finished with this video. I've already had all the babies I need to have. I just need to go through, do a couple things at the end, and then say bye. And this video is finished. and it's almost 2 p.m. and I didn't go eat anything. So I told y'all I was going to McDonald's when I went to get my massage, and I did. I got a sausage biscuit and 2 hash browns. Y'all, why do I get 2 hash browns? 1 hash brown is fine, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, well, I need 2, because if 1 is good, 2 is better. Anyway, I'm okay as far as my eating stuff goes. No, that's not what I wanted or what my body needed, but it is fine for like the stuff that I'm tracking. But around 12, I was going to eat some of my soup. Well, I didn't go do that because I didn't get hungry. Was it because I was focused on the thing that I was videoing? Maybe. And now Wesley and I are going to go to the gym in about 15 or 20 minutes. And so I'm like, do I try to go eat something right now, shove food into my mouth to then go to the gym? I don't really want to do that. But then when we get back, it's going to be time to do dinner, and Wesley is cooking, and we're going to eat at like 5 or 5:30 because I have a Bible study meeting tonight. So what do I do about food? This happens to me quite often in the middle of the day, and I just feel really bad when I don't eat correctly. So anyway, I'm going to finish filming this video and say goodbye, and then the other thing that I wanted to do was edit some of the shorts that my client is doing. I need to get 2 shorts edited for her. And then that's really all that I had to do today. The only other thing is I was going to work on admin stuff and then extra content, like prioritizing some of that stuff that needs to be done. And then I have created priority ladders over here, where when I finish what I'm doing, it says, or move to the priority ladders. So like Wednesday's priority ladder is right here. So if I had time today, I don't know why that's gone, but anyway, if I had time today, I could switch over here and work on doing some of those checklist things, but I'm not gonna have time. So I'm gonna have to be okay with not having time to do that and being content. In the morning, I have a little bit of time before I start recording a podcast, so I can work on it in the morning and I don't have to feel so bad about it. So, okay, my rent is paid, by the way. I also had to pay the rent today, and I remembered to do it. Sometimes I have to it's in my calendar, and then sometimes I still have to get a text from the landlord saying, don't forget that your rent is due. So I was really happy today that I paid it on my own without having to be reminded. So I'm going to go get this video finished, and then I will probably check in at the gym after the gym. We're going to the same place we went yesterday. I don't usually go to the gym 2 days in a row, but yesterday I just went and walked. Today I want to go do actual lifting. I'm just going to do a little because my massage that I had today, I don't want to overdo it with my muscles. So I'm going to do a little lifting, and that's it. I don't know. I wanted more things to get done today, but I also needed to take care of myself. And that's what the massage was. Like, it was getting to the point where it was either a massage or I needed to go check with the doctor and be like, what have I done to myself? And it was just muscle stuff. But she was so good and taught me through so many things that I'm excited to continue to see her in the coming months. Okay, it is 9 p.m. and I have finished my 500 pages for today. And since I finished my 500 pages and read extra yesterday, I'm like ahead of where I need to be. Do you want him?
Django, come on, let's go outside. Come on.
So, I'm finished with the 500 pages for today, and I'm not going to read anything else until I go up to bed in about an hour, which I will check in one final time for the night. I'm still not satisfied with my schedule and what I have going on. By the way, I'm watching Storm reads his new TBR, so hi Stormy, if you're watching. Anyway, I just turned it on. I haven't even started because I just finished reading and got to where I needed to get to hit my 500 pages for today. So 500 pages is done. That goal, the reading goal, is actually going okay. It is the rest of like planning my days and how that's going to look. And maybe for this quarter, what I should have said, at least for the beginning of the quarter, was that I was going to be working on a schedule and a system that I could then carry over instead of just jumping in on Monday with like, oh, I have this new system, this is what I'm doing. It hasn't even been tested. Like, how did I know that I was going to like it? I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to do a batch situation. So I used to take a course, I will link it down below, called Batch Boot Camp. That doesn't sound right, but it's a course designed by my friend. Her name is Amanda also. And she has a podcast actually called Chasing Simple. And she does a batching boot camp, or she did it years ago. And I took this class years ago from her, and I used to batch all of my stuff. Like, I filmed everything on one day. That day was set up for filming, and then I had one day that was set up for editing. And during that editing day, now I can be pulling out shorts, doing other things that I need to take out for community posts and things like that. But I wasn't doing that at the time. I was literally just filming and editing, and then I had my clients' videos that I was editing. So I saw an email from Amanda today that was about a content planner, but it made me go, oh, why am I not batching my stuff? That went so much easier when I used to do that. And so now I will have more time for other things other than the batching and the filming of the videos. So the only thing that I'm not going to be able to batch film is this video that I'm doing. But I think that I can still spread things out enough where I can do one day of the majority of the day. I have an alarm to take my pills that just went off. So if y'all need to take pills, it's time. Anyway, one day that's just filming, one day that's editing. But I need to sit down and work through how that's going to go. So that's taking me a minute, because my brain does not work as well later in the afternoon. And I started doing this afternoon, and I was like, what are you doing? This is dumb to do this. So I am now going to take my pills because it's 9 o'clock, and I'm going to look back through the class that I took from Amanda, like some of the highlights and the tips and things, to remind myself like what I need to be paying attention to set up my batching. And then in the morning, before I film my podcast or record my podcast, I'm going to work on setting up more of the batching stuff. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch some YouTube, finally not have headphones in for a little while, and just wait until it's time to go up to bed. So I'm only going to be down here for about another hour, and then I will talk to y'all probably before I go up to bed and just let you know what I have decided to do. Good morning. I forgot to check in with y'all last night, but I read more of Death of Darkness. Yes. So I went upstairs to bed and read, and that was about it. I did not put my phone down at 12:30. I put it down at 1 a.m. And I forced myself to do that because I could have stayed up longer. And I was sitting there debating. And I'm like, just do it. Just put your phone up now. So that is what I did. Now, I'm really happy about that. I did sleep. Like, I had a really good sleep. I don't know. That's a thing that people say. I had a really good sleep. Anyway, I'm sad because I was trying to say good night and good morning every day, and I missed saying good night last night. So I did get some of my batch stuff worked out. And the way that course works is you do all of your work in 1 week, like one batch week. And then the rest of the month is doing other things that go along with, it's for businesses that are doing launches. So the rest of the thing is doing other things that go for your launches or things like that. I'm not doing any of that, although I am thinking about starting something in January, but it's not really a product that I'm going to launch. So it won't work exactly the same way, but I still think that there are aspects of both channels that I can do in a 1 week period per month that will get them done and out of the way. And then I won't have to be as worried about them or as feeling behind as I usually do. So my plan for today is Wesley has work. So first I'm about to take him to work, like right now. It's 9 o'clock. And when I get back from taking him to work, I'm going to sit down, look through some more of the batch things as I'm kind of thinking in my mind how I can make it work for my channels and what I'm doing. And just take a few more notes about that during this first block while I'm waiting to start the podcast. And I don't even know if we're podcasting today. Like, that's how not connected to the world that I have been. Oh my gosh, I'm wearing a hoodie because it is in the 50s outside and it feels amazing. I'm so excited about it. Wesley's mad because he has to wear a jacket to work, but I'm like, dude, I am so excited that I put this hoodie on this morning. I'm probably going to have to take it off halfway through the day, but I do not care. It is cold enough right now for a hoodie, and I have never been more happy to wake up to 50-degree weather. It's fantastic. Okay. I distracted my own self by realizing that I was wearing a hoodie. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on with the podcast because I have not checked in with my podcast partner to find out for sure, like, when we're meeting today. Normally, she's on the West Coast, and so we meet my time 11 to 1 so that she can actually wake up in the morning because that's 8 o'clock in the morning for her. But she's been in Florida, which is East Coast, and so I don't know if she's still in Florida or if she's back in Washington. Like, I just don't know where she is. So I don't know what the plan is for podcasting today. I texted her last night, but she goes to bed earlier than I do, so I don't know if she saw it, and then I haven't seen a response this morning, so I don't know where she is or what she's doing. So I'm going to come back and act like we're having the podcast and plan my day as if we are, and then I'm really going to work on 1 week of batching, trying to do everything that I can do in 1 week, and we'll just see what it looks like. And maybe in a couple of weeks will be my first batch week. So for batch week, like, you don't do any of the normal stuff. You are just focusing on creating content. And then over the next 3 weeks, that content comes out, which I know I can't do for the vlog that I'm doing, this vlog, but I still think I can do it for most of the sim stuff and probably some of the reading channel stuff, especially the check-ins and things that I just do once a month. If I just film like the middle week of the month. Anyway, I'm still working on it and seeing what I'm going to do, but I'm going to take Wesley to work first while I'm still thinking about it in my brain, and then I'll come back and get to work. Okay, it is 3 in the afternoon. I'm about to go live right now on my channel. I got my microphone all jacked up. It's just weird because I'm not used to having a microphone on. Anyway, I am about to go live and do sprints on the channel. This was not scheduled. This is me doing it because I'm not doing my Sims live tonight because the Sims expansion pack comes out tomorrow, and we're going to go live tomorrow doing the Sims stuff with the new pack. So today I'm going to be going live just doing sprints. So I'm about to post and tell everybody, like, hey, come watch over here, whatever. So I'm going to say not doing sprints in here today because I'm sprinting on my channel. Okay, so hopefully people will come over and join us. I'm also going to post in the regular chat, book chat, and then I'm going to be late to my own live stream because I set it for 3 o'clock at 3:01. I set it to go live at 3 o'clock and it was already 3:01. Schedule broadcast. All right, nobody's here yet. I'm going to go live, hang out, do as many things as I need to do because I got some stuff that I need to get done today. So, making a list of what I need to do. I want to enter the book that I finished reading this morning, which was Death of Darkness. I'm also still on the first Stephen King story, but I like it a lot, and I think I'm at the end of the first one in You Like It Darker. It's just a series of short stories, but I'm going to be working on physically reading City of Blood, which I can't show you because you're sitting on it right now, but I will be reading that, and probably starting Wild Love by Elsie Silver because I still have to read that physically, and I've only got 4 days before it needs to be finished. So I need to jump over, really focus on reading a lot of that. So in between, I'm going to do a work sprint, a reading sprint, work sprint, reading sprint, back and forth like that. Say hi to me or comment below if you saw me doing sprints today. Okay, here we are on the sprints. Say hi to the sprints. We're doing the last sprint of the night, and this time I have it right here that I can hold it up for you. I've read half of this tonight while we've been sprinting, and I'm over halfway. I only have 80 pages left. There's 195 pages left in this book, and I already know what happens, so I'm definitely going to take this up to bed with me and try to finish this tonight. And I'm listening to You Like It Darker. I was about to pick up my phone, and you're on my phone. But anyway, You Like It Darker. I'm 28% of the way through it right now, and I've got to finish it tomorrow in order to get my 500 pages. My page count was awful when I checked in at like 6:30 tonight. I was only at 180 pages. Now I'm at 261 pages I'm at 261. That's where I am. So I'm going to get almost 100 from this book, and then the rest of it is going to come from Stephen King, or I might read Wild Love because I don't know that I want to read Stephen King right before I fall asleep tonight. So Wild Love. Anyway, I'll do City of Blood, which I've already read, so it's not scary to me. I can reread it. It's just heartbreaking and devastating, and I knew that it was going to be because I've already read it. But it's fantastic. So I am then going to read Wild Love by Elsie Silver in the bed for a little while tonight. I'm doing, like I said, my last sprint, and I will be going and making the grocery list and getting everything ready. So during the last sprint, I went through and did my plan for what I'm going to be eating next week, and I wrote it all in my journal. And I decided instead of writing the whole entire week, I just wrote Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because Thursday is when I make a meal plan for the next week. And so Thursday usually ends up being like, what leftovers do we have? And like tonight, Wesley wanted Domino's, and I was like, I want to order a sandwich from Domino's. So I got their baked sandwiches. I don't know what they are, but I cut it in half and left half of it up there and ate the other half. And so tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to have leftover Domino sandwich. So all of that to say, I think planning a whole entire week when I'm not sure what the week is going to look like is maybe not my best idea. The soup worked out well. I have one soup left, and I'm planning to have it not tomorrow, but the next day. So Saturday is when I'm planning to have the soup, because tomorrow I'm going to eat the leftover Domino sandwich. So it ended up working out well the way I did it. Same thing for breakfast. I have 3 breakfast sandwiches left, and I'm going to have 1 for the next 3 days. I am doing something a little bit different for breakfast next week, but I've done this breakfast prep before, the one I want to do next week. And so you'll see me prepping it this weekend, what I've decided to do, but that is my plan and what I have been working on. So today feels like almost nothing has happened, but what I have actually done is worked out what I feel like is a really good batch schedule for next week. And so tomorrow starts the prepping and the planning for that batch schedule. And it'll just probably be a new thing that I'm going to be doing. And I'll walk y'all through it when we get there next week and how it's going to look with all of it. But tomorrow starts the prep for all of that. So it's not going to be a normal work day for me. I am going to be sprinting on my channel like I usually do on Fridays. But during the sprinting, I'm going to be prepping for the batch week that is going to start on Monday. So there's plans and preps that I need to do for it on Friday. I could wait and do those on Saturday or Sunday, but I would rather do them on Friday. So I'm also trying to set up a Notion, which I haven't used for work before. I've used it for things before, but I haven't used it for work. And I'm not good about checking in on things that require me to fill in a lot of stuff. So I want to figure out how to do it, but keep it minimal. But I like the way Notion has like everything together in your Notion brain. And then you just work with what you need to work with to get it fixed and moved where it needs to be. Anyway, none of that matters right now. We will talk about all of that tomorrow. That is tomorrow Amanda's problem, not today. Today, Amanda is going to read Nightmareland Chronicles, City of Blood, book number 5, and then read Wild Love in the bed. And then if I have to read an audio, I will probably go to The Game Changer, which is Lana Ferguson, the next one that I need to read. But hopefully it'll be bedtime and I'll fall asleep before that happens. And I'm not going to forget to come back and say bye to y'all tonight. So I'm going to shut down these sprints. I only have 19 minutes left. I'm going to read as much of this as I can in 19 minutes. And then we will start making our grocery list. I have my reading glasses on. It's midnight. I just finished City of Blood and I did not hit my 500 pages today. So I have not done all the math, but I was at 468 before I started reading this last session. So I will pop up here on the screen where I got to tonight because it's not 500. And Bailey in the Chaos-tober chat suggested that if she doesn't hit her goal of 100 pages a day, then however many she has left over, she will double those and do the next day. And so I decided that was a good punishment for me as well for not hitting 500. So I got to however much I got, as y'all just saw here, that will be added on to tomorrow's. So I'm going to do the math once I go get in the bed and I have my phone that I can use. But speaking of being in the bed, the only book that I'm reading right now is You Like It Darker. And that's too scary for me to read in the bed getting ready to go to sleep. So the next book I'm reading is The Game Changer. Here it is. It's a romance. And so I'm just going to start it in the bed tonight. And then when I get up tomorrow, I'll switch back to You Like It Darker. But at least I can get a jump start on the 500 plus pages that I need to read for today. And y'all know at 12:30 I'm supposed to put my phone in jail. I'm probably not doing that tonight. I'm going to sleep in a little bit later in the morning, so I'm already planning to sleep in. So I'm going to be staying up a little bit later tonight. I'm planning already to break my rules, but I'm sorry. Okay. I will, we got all the grocery stuff done. We got everything else that we needed to get done tonight. So it's time to say good night. Good morning. It's Friday. It feels so good outside, like 50 degrees good outside. I'm opening up the door with the screen open so it can let the cool air in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's my hoodie. I'm wearing my armadillo shirt. The town that I'm from, my hometown, you guys can look it up. It's called Hamburg, Arkansas. So like hamburger without the part. And we have a festival every year in May, and it's the Armadillo Festival. And y'all, they call it the world famous Armadillo Festival, which I guess if I'm telling y'all and you live outside of the US, then now you know about it. And maybe it is world famous, but it's definitely not world famous. And anyway, they sell these shirts. And I got one the last time I was home. They sell tons of armadillo stuff in Hamburg. And they used to have an armadillo race. And also they used to eat armadillos. I will say that was way before me and before they found out that armadillos carried rabies. So now they don't do that. They still do a toad race where you go out. My friends used to do this. I've never done this because it's disgusting. But my friends would go out about a week before the Armadillo Festival and they would catch a giant toad, like a giant toad. And then they had a race. That's it. That's my, oh no, I have an Armadillo Festival story. My aunt entered me in a toddler race at the Armadillo Festival when I was a toddler. And before, it was a crawling race. So I was like under 1, I guess, because you couldn't walk, you had to crawl. And she sat at the end of it with something that I loved. I can't even remember what it was. And I won because I wanted to get to the thing that I loved. Now, I don't know what it was, but something. I want to say it was flowers, but you know what? It could have been some food because I'm still food motivated. So anyway, I'm going to put my hoodie on. I'm so excited about it. Y'all got a history lesson, geography lesson, I guess, about where Hamburg, Arkansas is and the world famous Armadillo Festival. Also, if y'all take the time to look that up, I'm going to need you to let me know down in the description. The description in the comments. Y'all, my stomach is growling. It's 8:30 in the morning. I've got to take Wesley to work. Well, first I need to get some food inside me. Then I'm going to take Wesley to work, pick up our groceries, and then come back and start streaming for the day. Really, my main focus for today is to finish up editing two shorts for one of my clients, which shouldn't take too long to do. And then I have to download the clips from the other client because that vlog needs to be started. I could probably already start editing this vlog to get a little head start on Monday. And planning next week for what batch week, my first batch week, is going to look like. So we'll go through all of that. I'll talk you through it as I'm planning it because I think, well, maybe it'll be beneficial to people who like to do things and want to batch it together maybe. But we'll see. Anyway, Django's wearing his hoodie. He's ready to go. I'm about to put my hoodie on and I'll be ready to go. And I'll check in with y'all in a little while. Okay, I don't even remember the last time I checked in today. I have been editing the video and it is so long. It's already 1 hour and 25 minutes and I've done Monday through Thursday. So I do have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe there won't be as much happening the next 3 days, but I have definitely talked and done, just filmed way more than I thought I would. Django is leaving me right now. I'm about to stream on my Sims channel for just a little bit of time. I am having really weird stomach issues today. Not normal for me. So I don't know, I think I just might take it easy tonight. I have a drink that I got from the grocery store today when I picked up the groceries, and that's it. I got all of the groceries put away, as y'all saw, and then I streamed for, I don't know, 5 hours, maybe 4, no, not 5, maybe 4 hours on the reading channel today. And no, yeah, it was probably about 5 hours. Anyway, it does not matter. I read 60 something pages in Wild Love. I'm really liking it. Oh, 70. I'm on page 73 right now. I read a little bit yesterday, so I guess I haven't read 74 today, but I did write down where I started. Today, I started on page 20. When I started reading today, I was on page 20. And then in You Like It Darker at midnight last night, I was 48% of the way through. And then I listened to Game Changer, which I have a physical copy of, in the bed last night after midnight. And I got 16% of the way through. No, 20% of the way through. And it looks like I'm around page 80 in this book. So I've been listening to this on audio. I just happen to have a physical copy of it, but I'm physically reading Wild Love. So anyway, I just keep having these stomach pains, almost like where I get nauseous for a second and then it just goes away, and then it like comes back in a minute and then it goes away. Like, I don't know what's going on with it, but I had a sandwich for dinner because usually just bread. So I had a sandwich. It did have turkey on it and a little bit of mayonnaise, but that was literally it. I didn't want to eat anything like mustard or anything acidic. For some reason, I was not feeling anything acidic today. So anyway, now I have worked through my list that I made over here. I'm trying to work on still my batch update, like updating my batch plan and having that all ready. And I think I'm going to wait and share that with y'all in the next vlog, because that's when I'm going to be implementing it, is next week. So I'm mostly just going to be doing some like prep stuff for it tomorrow and Sunday. And so there might not be as many clips today, tomorrow, and Sunday. But anyway, I'm about to play The Sims, the brand new expansion pack in The Sims, which I have been loading it up to make sure it worked, and I totally forgot that I was even trying to load it up. So I'm going to focus mostly tonight on water drinking because I've had about 24 ounces of water. This is a whole 32 ounces that is not, that I have not had any of. So I'm going to set it here beside me because if it's beside me, I'll remember that I have it. And then I've had about half of this, which is 33 ounces of water. And so I usually try to drink both of those and the 20 ounce. And then sometimes I throw in a 16 ounce, like one final one, which I'm not going to get to today. It's already almost 6 o'clock at night, and I just have not done well with the water today. Although this is the first day this week that I haven't done okay with water. It's been pretty good the rest of the week. My workout schedule has been awful this week, and I think it's just because I threw myself into some kind of anxiety spiral the first 2 days of the week, even actually before the week started. Over the weekend is when it happened. And things just went crazy from there. Crazy. So I am getting things ready for my sim stuff. I'm going to get all of my clips and everything downloaded tonight. I'm not worried anymore about editing this video on Monday because I got it all done today. And out of an hour and a half, it probably took me 2 hours to edit that down to an hour and a half, so I don't think that was very long. I probably should have timed it. That's another thing I'm going to be doing next week, is timing the different sections of my batch and my week, because I want to know how long it takes me. I have an estimate right now of how long I think it's going to take me, but I want to know how long it's going to take me so that I can plan it better the next time I do a batch week and see what I need to do. So anyway, books. I told you the update on all the books, and that's where I am and everything. And I'm not going to be reading anything right now while I'm streaming Sims. And I will probably just go sit down and work on the puzzle and read after this. But honestly, I think that with me feeling kind of reading the You Like It Darker book, the Stephen King book, is not what I want to do. Like, it does not sound not fun. It just doesn't even sound like something I would like to do in general. I don't want to read that book. Like, it makes me feel icky on top of already feeling icky. So I think I'm going to focus on the 2 romances, particularly Wild Love. I'm going to read it with my eyeballs, and then when my eyes are tired or when I want to work on the puzzle, I will switch and listen to The Game Changer. Although they're both best friend brother romances, which I can't believe that that's what I got at the same time, but I did. Okay, I'm officially late for my stream, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I will check in with y'all afterwards. I mean, yeah, he's hungry. Look at him. He's gonna go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He said he can do it on his own. He wants to play hide and seek. Oh my gosh, these children are just gonna feed themselves. Here comes the camp counselor, half dressed, to actually get. Nope, he got a glass of milk. I thought he was gonna cook something. I was like, wait, did somebody actually provide food yet? No, no food. This camp director just out here wearing no clothes, starting to play a game of cards by himself. Okay, it is 10:30 at night. I was just, wearing 2 pair of glasses. I was just looking at my water bottles over there, and I realized that I did not drink even half of the water that I needed to drink today. So that's bad. And I don't want to sit here and guzzle a bunch of water and then try to go lay down, because that's not going to feel good. But that could also be the reason that I have not felt good today, is because I have not had water. I've probably had 25 to 30 ounces of water today. No, 20 plus 15. So 35 to 40 ounces of water, which is half of what I'm supposed to be drinking. I take a medication that needs me to drink extra water, and I have not today. And I think that's one of the reasons that I've just felt weird most of the day. Anyway, I did end the day feeling much better, and I am almost 100 pages into Wild Love. I really, really like it. I love the way Elsie Silver does found family and extra family members, friends who feel like family. I just love it. I just wish I could listen to it because then I could go get in the bed and just keep listening. But if I go up to the bed, Ron's going to be up there getting ready to go to sleep and I'm going to have to turn the light out. I'm not going to be able to read. So I'm going to switch to The Game Changer, which I'm not loving as much. I still like it. I'm sure it's going to be cute, but here it is. I have it physically. I also am listening to it on audio though, but I'm going to take the physical book upstairs with me so that when I get up in the morning, I'll know where I am, how many pages that I've read. I did not hit my 550 pages, the extra pages I was supposed to do today. I didn't even hit probably 400 pages today. I have not done the math on it. I just don't want to. I did the math at 8:30 when I posted on my channel. I'll pop that up and that's probably it. I'm not going to go through and do the math again. It's too hard to figure out how many pages I'm at exactly midnight to then start the next day. I usually just read until I go to bed, and I consider that to be the end of the day. And then when I go to bed, even if it's at 10:30 at night, I would start counting those things for the next day, which is not how it works if I'm doing an actual day-to-day chaos challenge. So Chaostober might end up being a complete fail for me. I am just going to keep tracking on the days that I've hit it and the days I have not. So on the day before October 1st, which I guess is called September 30th, I hit 500 pages that day and I hit 500 pages on the 1st. But now on the 2nd and the 3rd, I have not hit 500 pages. And I should be able to hit it the next 2 days because I don't have super busy days and I'm trying not to do a lot of work. But I needed to do some work today to get caught up on some stuff and I couldn't just quit that work to get reading done. I mean, the whole point of this is to still be able to live my life. And as y'all know, today, or this week in general, has been an incredibly anxiety-spiked week for me. So Django was sleeping in my chair, and I got up and moved over to this chair, and he's not happy that I left him in that chair over there. So he had to come join us. Anyway, I just realized that this book has a signed Elsie Silver signature in the front of it. And I got this book from a used bookstore, and this book had never been read. I can tell you that it had not. Well, that's not true. If somebody read it, they were just very careful with the pages. So anyway, the Game Changer I got at Barnes & Noble because it still has half a Barnes & Noble sticker on the bottom that I could not get off once I bought it. So anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and read. Tomorrow, I have to take Wesley. He's got a meetup. He's in a horror movie club thing. I don't know. And I'm taking him to a meetup at a library tomorrow. So if all else fails, I'll be able to read while I'm hanging out there for that. I don't know that I'm going to stay there and hang out. I think I will. But we'll just have to see how the day goes. Tomorrow is also going to be food prep day. I'm having the last of my breakfast sandwich in the morning, and I'm having the last of my soup for lunch. So I'm going to be starting my taco soup tomorrow, and I'm going to be starting I just realized that we didn't buy enough meat. Anyway, I'm going to be starting my breakfast as well in the morning. And I think I know what I can do as a workaround to not having enough meat. So we'll talk about all of that. Wow. I just tried to say 2 sentences at one time. I'll talk about all that tomorrow as I'm prepping, but I'm going to be making, and it's not taco soup, it's vegetable soup. That's why I don't need meat, because it's vegetable soup, not taco soup. Okay, great. So now we're back, talk myself back around to being okay. So I'm going to prep those 2 things tomorrow, and then that will give me breakfasts and lunches for at least through next Tuesday to Wednesday, and then we'll reassess and get ready for groceries again. So that's it for right now. I'm planning on seeing y'all in the morning from upstairs in my bed probably, and maybe not getting out of the bed for a while. I'm taking both of these books upstairs with me. I'm going to work on reading the Stephen King book. I think it was just making me stressed out today, and that I didn't need that on top of everything else. So I was like, no, I just want to be done reading that book for right now. So I will read more of it tomorrow. I'm 71% of the way through. I don't have that many more stories left to go. So and I like the stories. They're so well written. I think he does a great job of short stories, but I'm like, I just I just can't right now. I'm going to drink a little bit more water, but this is where I'm going to say good night. Good morning is what you would hear me saying if I had actually turned on my microphone, and I did not. So who knows what all I was talking about, but I did show you my breakfast sandwich, and I guess that I was going to drink a Dr. Pepper Zero. And then I went and actually got some B-roll of me eating and reading. I was working on Wild Love by Elsie Silver during this first thing in the morning, really, is what it was. And then here is where I realized there's no light on my microphone. Okay, so I've had my breakfast. I'm still drinking my drink, but it's almost gone. I've been sitting here reading Wild Love. Oh my gosh. I am on page 224. I started yesterday on page 220. On page 20, but I don't know where I ended last night. I wrote it down, but I don't know where I was last night. And in the Game Changer, I am at the very beginning of chapter 17, which I think is chapter 16, which is page 205. So I'm like right here in this book. And I'm about to start listening to You Like It Darker, the Stephen King one. I've got some chores to do today, just mostly like straightening things up around the house, but I'm going to listen to that while I do it. We have two different jobs of dusting. One is called Dust Quick, and the other is called Dust Thorough. And so when it's your turn to dust quick, you literally just take the duster and go around the surfaces of everything. We're not moving things. We're not doing a thorough dusting. If you have thorough dusting, you have to take everything off the shelves, dust the shelves, and then put everything back. So I did forget the first thing I have to do is feed Django because he's already whining about breakfast, which is fine because breakfast has been late today. It's cold outside, so he probably also wants a sweater, so we will get the sweater on him, and then I will be listening to the audiobook and cleaning before I move down and start working on the puzzle for today, because that is going to be my main thing that I want to do today is the puzzle. I did the meal prep for the vegetable soup earlier than I was intending to do, and also the reason why I said today was going to be chore day and then y'all didn't see me doing any chores is because the only ones that I have are to wipe down the electronics up here and downstairs and to clean the trash can in the kitchen. And so I have to do those. I just still haven't done them. But I got some work done downstairs. I've got my Notion board set up. I'm trying to do a very simple content creation setup on the Notion. Ron's knocking things over in the kitchen. On the Notion setup. But I got a phone call. Not a phone call. I got a text. Okay, I'm trying to get y'all set up right here. I got a text from Laura, and she said that there was some kind of craft thing that was happening today from 10 to 5, and she wanted to know if I wanted to go. So I said, let me eat lunch because I really wanted to eat the food that I had prepped to eat, and I wanted to go ahead and start the vegetable soup. And I was going to do it in the crock pot because it's the same thing. You just throw it in the crock pot on low and you don't have to worry about it. But Ron needs the crock pot for what he's cooking for dinner tonight. So I just used the big stock pot and I put potatoes and carrots and peas and corn and green beans in there. And then it was just some chicken stock or vegetable stock. I can't remember which one. Chicken stock, I think. And some V8 and they said diced tomatoes, but we already had like a big jar of crushed tomatoes. So I just went ahead and used that. And then just the seasoning went in. So that's it. And I cannot wait to eat it this week. I think it's going to be so good. I was looking to see if Laura was here yet. She's not. So now I'm going to eat these grapes, and I think I'm going to be set for the afternoon to go hang out with Laura for a little bit. And then when I come back, I will have to make the breakfasts, which is the turkey casserole thing. I'll walk you through that when I do it. And then that'll be it. Okay, so where am I in reading? I'm so close to You Like It Darker being finished. I'm in the very last story, which is The Answer Man, and that is so intriguing and interesting and just exactly what I would expect from Stephen King, this kind of unhinged idea for a story. And that's the last one of this, and I'll be finished. And then I can focus on the Game Changer, which I told y'all this morning where I was, and I haven't read any more of that because I'm trying to focus on You Like It Darker and get it done today. I feel a lot better in every way, in my sleep and my anxiety and everything. And I'm excited to go out with Laura today. I almost said no. Y'all know how I am and how I don't want to leave the house. But I was like, go do this. You literally do not have anything keeping you here. Go do something. Do something fun. So that's what I'm doing. Ron is cooking tonight, but I'm not sure what we're having. And I realized that I have not even shared our dinners. I've been telling you what I was cooking, what Wesley was cooking, but I haven't been showing you the meals. So I'll show y'all tonight whatever it is that Ron's cooking. What are you cooking? Slow cooker steak bites with mashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts. That sounds amazing. I love some roasted Brussels sprouts. I would have told you 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, that I did not want to eat Brussels sprouts, but I do. I like them. Cut them in half, put some oil, salt, and pepper on them, put them in the oven, and I will eat them up. Okay, let's see what Laura and I can get up to. So I didn't know anything about the place before we got there, so I couldn't really set up what it was. And then for some reason, I didn't explain a lot about what it was after we went there. But it is a place where you can take your leftover creative things, any kind of craft supplies that you have, whether it's yarn or even like scrapbook paper and pages and things like that. Anything that you have left over, you can donate to this store. And then we come in, we grab the bags, and you fill up as much as you want to in a bag. Each bag is a different price, but it's all kinds of stuff. Artificial flowers, stickers, stamps, old crochet stuff, old cross stitch stuff, not old, but like unused. She had needles for crochet. She had knitting needles as well. There's just all kinds of stuff in this little store, and it was so cute to go and look at. And Laura found a lot of stuff. I didn't get anything, but it was so nice to look around. Okay, well, I am back. I had to change out of that long sleeve shirt too. I don't even know if you saw me wearing it, but all the B-roll that you saw, I was wearing it and I was hot. Okay, so I left my water bottle up here earlier, so I need to get it so I can stay on top of the water. I've already had 32 ounces today, plus my 24. I'm about to get some tea, which will be 16 ounces. So I count anything that's not a soda as water. Also, my soup smells really good, as does Ron's dinner. Okay, so here it is. Looking, smelling really good. And I'm gonna let that cool a little bit longer before I put things, oh my gosh, I'm trying to carry too many things. Before I put it into containers. I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna go down to my office, sit by the fan so I can cool off. It's supposed to be fall. It's supposed to be getting cooler, and it's not. I mean, it is, but it's still hot. There's Ron. So, finishing up what I was working on down here earlier, which is setting up batch week for next week. So I thought this was a good time. We can put Do You Like It Darker, not Do You Like It Darker, up here. The same thing happened in this book that happens in most Stephen King books, and I absolutely love it, is the afterwards, where he talks about different aspects of the writing and where he was and what he did. And some of these stories, though, are older, and some of them are pretty new. And I love that he said his nephew for the last story, which was called The Answer Man, yes. For that story, he said that his nephew was like going through some old notes and stuff and was, I don't know if he was scanning them in. I kind of skipped over that part of my brain as far as remembering goes. But anyway, he said that he found a couple of lines from this story and he said, this deserves to be a story, and like set it aside for his uncle. And so then Stephen King said he read it and he was like, yeah, you're right. That does need to be a story. And so how cool is that your uncle is Stephen King? You just look through his stuff and you're like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I think you should make that into a story. Like, that is so cool. And then there were just other notes about other stories that were really interesting as well. Anyway, I really, really enjoyed it. I think that Stephen King does a really good job of short stories. And some of these were really long. And like he said, the longer ones hadn't been published before. They were new, but some of the shorter ones had been. Also, he said the rattlesnake story, that he was in a particular place. He knew exactly where he was on his walk when he was like, the rattlesnake story just came. And he knew what it was going to be about, but he said he didn't know till he started writing it that it was going to involve some characters from Cujo, which I thought was just so cool. So anyway, I always love that end part where Stephen Graham Jones and Stephen King, and there's some others, always leave their thoughts at the end. I think it's fantastic. So that is it for You Like It Darker. I do need to enter it in and all the things, which is what I'm about to do. And then I only have like 3 hours left on the Game Changer. And I think I'm going to sit here and go back and forth between reading this and entering things that I want to prep and get ready for tomorrow. For batch week that I have coming up. So I think that's what I'm going to do for a little while. What time is it? It's a little after 3. And we're going to be eating dinner about 5:30 or so. And then I just am reading the rest of the night. But I would like to read more on Wild Love. So Game Changer right now to try to get it finished. I don't even have a bookmark in here. I have to figure out where I am because I want to tandem read it so I can speed it up a little. And then tonight will be this one. And I don't even know what's next. Like on the little loop, the loop-de-loop. I've not even looked up what's next on there. So Game Changer and a little bit of work is happening right now, as well as snack time. I'm going to eat a pack of crackers and drink my water. Okay, I'm going to try to film this just holding the microphone. I've been putting it on my shirt or whatever I've been wearing. Anyway, it's almost 11 p.m. and I'm about to go upstairs and go to bed. I have been reading more of Wild Love. I am on page 256, chapter 27 in that. And the only other thing I'm reading right now is Inkheart. So according to my log where I'm saying what I'm reading Inkheart, Witches Abroad, Swamp Sniper, Bourbon Kings, and The Chicken Down the Block before I have to finish Wild Love. So I am doing really well, my pacing with Wild Love, and I like the book, so it's easy for me to keep going. So I'm going to read Inkheart tonight when I go up to lay down and get ready for bed. But for now, that's what it looks like. I have already gotten my 500 pages for today, which is nice. I've gotten everything I needed to get done today, done. Tomorrow, I will be just doing a few little worky things to get prepped for batch week that's happening this week. I also got a Sims video. I finished editing it over here, but I realized I do have a Sims video that I have filmed, but with no sound, so I need to do a voiceover for it. And I could do that tomorrow and edit it so that there's another Sims video ready to go out this week. And then I'm going to be filming Sims content as well as reading content this week. So, or this coming up week. So anyway, tomorrow is the last day of this week, which is what I need to focus on right now. And I'm going to go, like I said, upstairs, put my phone down when I'm supposed to, get good rest. Tomorrow, after our church service, they're having a chili cook-off, or a chili lunch. And Ron is making cornbread for that. We were joking about how they don't know how to make good Southern cornbread here. They make corn cake. I mean, if your cornbread comes out of a Jiffy box, that is dessert, baby. You are making cake. You are not making cornbread. So Ron said, do you want me to bring some cornbread? So he's going to make, I think, 3 pans of cornbread in the morning to take to eat with the chili. And then I guess random numbers of people are going to bring the chili, and you just go around tasting chili. Wesley doesn't like chili very much. He also, how many times can I say chili? He also does not like beans in his chili. You can let me know if you're a beans or no beans person. I am in any kind of way you want to give me chili person, except super spicy. My stomach says no, thank you to super spice. So, but I'll eat chili just about any way you can make it. So I love it a lot. I'm looking forward to the chili tomorrow. I also might have a new recipe thing coming up for next week that I'm working on that I think Wesley might want to make with me. So he likes to cook more than I do, and so I'm trying to find new things for us to both do in the kitchen together, because he gets a little nervous when he tries new things by himself, and I don't want to be in there anyway, but it's better if I'm in there with him. So I think I may do that for the rest of the year, like try to pick a new recipe that he and I can try to make together, like baking homemade bread or something like that. He loves to bake. He usually makes cakes and cupcakes and things like that, but maybe we try to find healthier alternatives that he can actually leave here at home and I can eat as well. So that's it. That's what I'm doing tonight. Heading to read Inkheart. I haven't even started it, so not one page in there today. But I'm also not going to take Wild Love upstairs with me, because I am not going to stay in bed and read it in the morning. I'm going to get up and get my day started in the morning. So that's it. It's time for me to go upstairs, and I will say good night. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, and Ron is cooking the cornbread that I told y'all about. I just got up and put clothes on my body. I've got to take my hair down. I washed it last night, and I always put it in the braids so that it can dry and be a little less curly. Because it's still going to be really curly, but it's just sometimes less curly if I put it in the braids. And then I can't run my fingers through it when I take it out. I have to just do this, because if I run my fingers through it, then it gets frizzy. So that's what I'm doing this morning, taking it down. It's still a little bit wet as well, but it'll dry fairly quickly. But I'm going to see how long I can go today before I have to put it up in a ponytail because I'm too hot. That won't take very long, I promise. Anyway, it's getting so long, which is so weird. Those of you who were here at the beginning, or if you've seen my profile picture, my hair used to be really short when I started making videos. Okay, but it's good enough for right now. I'm not going to do any work this morning before we leave. I'm going to go eat my last breakfast sandwich and probably keep reading Inkheart. This is what I started reading. So far, I'm not even 10% in, but we're following a little girl and her dad who he repairs books, like rare books, and somebody is coming after them, or he's convinced that somebody's coming after them. And so they're they're kind of on the run. Really, he left to go do his book repairing thing that he usually does, and he brought her with him. And they've just arrived at this old lady's house, and they're going to stay there for a couple of weeks. So far, that's all I've got. And then I'm going to, we're doing the chili for lunch. I'll see if I can get some clips of the chili for y'all. And then it's back to just set up things for next week and rest the rest of today. So I'm going to read a little bit more of Wild Love, but I'm mostly just going to focus on Inkheart because there's so many books that I still have to read before I need Wild Love to be finished that I don't want to get too close to finishing Wild Love yet. Hello, it is later in the afternoon, almost 2 p.m., and I'm going to work on my puzzle for a little while. The puzzle is this. If you guys have read Brandon Sanderson, it is Roshar map, which is from Stormlight Archives, and that's what I'm working on. I'm not even using the picture anymore because you'll see what I'm actually doing. You can kind of see a little bit right here. This is all I have left. This green area, and a couple of pieces in here. Everything else is done. But now I'm literally down to picking them up by shape and going, okay, it won't fit there. It won't fit there. Like, it's very annoying at this point and monotonous. So I'm just going to listen to Inkheart and try to get this puzzle done. There are shades of blue. I mean, I'm not going to say it's all exactly the same color, but with the lighting that I have in here, the shades don't show up very well. Also, if you just heard yelling, Ron is watching the Cowboys game and they just scored a touchdown. So I'm sorry if you're not a Cowboys fan because this house is a Cowboys fan. Anyway, that's it. That's just what I'm going to do. I told him to update me on the score anytime he wanted to, and clearly he wanted to yell that the Cowboys just scored. So otherwise, I'm working on reading Inkheart today. I'm going to try my best to not even go to my computer until tonight, right before bed, and then I will go in there, make sure I've loaded up everything that I need to have for tomorrow, like make sure it's all ready to go, and I will jump into batch week tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like this week has been almost like a mental reset thing. Like, I feel like I have hit a space mentally where I need to really take care of my time and my space and give myself more space to just be and to just do and take a little bit of the pressure off and the should and the you need to and all of that stuff. Part of it, I know, and it's just going to get worse from here. I know I'm apologizing in advance because I know part of it is that I have a doctor's appointment coming up and it's getting closer and closer. And the closer it gets, the more my anxiety spikes, which is why I usually like to have doctor's appointments like immediately or as soon as possible, because stretching it out literally just deteriorates my mental health, which is the reason why I put on my goals to get a therapist at some point before the year is out, to at least have an appointment scheduled to go see somebody, because it's time again. And I hate doing it every time we move and I have to find somebody new and I hate it so much, but maybe this will be the last time we move, the last time I have to go searching for a therapist. So that's what we're going to try to do. So anyway, none of that matters. Inkheart and puzzles is what's happening today, right now. Well, I started the day with Django, and now I'm going to end the day with Django in my lap. I have had just a very relaxing day. I did not finish the puzzle when I left you last time. I was working on it, and I finished one of those holes. I made sure that I closed that hole up, but I did not finish the other one. I did finish Inkheart. I'll scoot over a little bit, and I'm giving it 4.5 stars. It is adorable. If you have any middle graders in your life that like fantasy at all, I think they would love this. If you're doing her kid and you need to have a translated book, I think you would like this. You should read this one. Look at him. It feels so good when I rub his ears. Oh. Anyway, that is what I thought about it. It's adorable. A girl and her dad, and there's magic, and there's books, and there's things in books coming to life. Oh my gosh, adorable. So cute. I will be continuing with this series, but it will not be anytime soon because y'all have a problem with series, as we all already know this. So that's it. That is the end of today. That is the end of this week. It was just all ups and downs, I feel like, this whole entire week. But I have felt better today than I have all week, and I am so ready, both physically and mentally. And I am so ready for this week, to get this next week, to get kicked off and get going with it. And that means I have to go to bed so that I can get up and do it all again. So, Django and I are going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.